Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mission Possible's first virtual gala. We are so excited for everyone to be here tonight. I just wanted to jump on quickly before the actual event starts so that everyone has a chance to jump on before and they don't miss anything. So may I take this time to say, grab your glass of wine, grab your mojito, grab your iced tea, whatever it is that you want to sit back and relax with for about the next half hour. If you are watching this live, that's from 7 to 7:30 on June 11th, you can be entered to win a 4-pack of Cleveland Indians club seats for the 2021 season. And I know we're all missing baseball, so that's very exciting. Or one of 3 subscriptions to Safe and Fair Foods. And Safe and Fair Foods is a great allergen-free company out of Chicago. Their CEO will be coming to us as the MC to our event in just a few minutes. I just also wanted to tell you that if you are trying to look at the auction website and watch this video at the same time on one device, you will need 2 devices in order to do that. It's not necessary that you look at the auction website while we're watching this video, but if you wanted to do that, I would recommend taking this time to grab a laptop or maybe have your husband or wife or daughter or son pull the auction website up on their phone while you're watching this live event on yours. But we hope that you enjoy it. I hope that we can all be together soon. I know that we really want that. And I am so grateful that you were able to be part of tonight. So without further ado, here's Will Holsworth.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Father Bob, Kathy, Sarah, and the entire Mission Possible team, my name is Case Holsworth, and I'm going to be your host for this evening. And I'd like to welcome all of you to the virtual Mission Possible Gala. I'm coming to you from Barrington, Illinois, which may seem a bit odd, given that St. Ambrose is in Brunswick, but I had the incredibly good fortune to meet Father Bob about 20 years ago. And from that meeting, he and I began the fest together. And then subsequently, my 2 oldest children, Chad and Katie, and I have been to the mission several times. I have a son, Jack, who's 19. I have a stepson, Logan, who's 13. My stepson, Beckett, is 7. And then I have a daughter now, Ever, who is 5 months old. And what I can tell all of you is as thankful I am for you to be here tonight, and I can almost guarantee you this, you will be more thankful than the words that you have if you choose to go down to the mission with Father Bob and the team. It's a transformational experience. The gift that it gives you is something that will live with you forever. It'll literally be a miracle that just happens again and again and again in your life. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you're all here tonight in a bit of an uncertain time in an unusual place. But there's no better place, I assure you, than to be with all of us right here, right now. And the gifts that you're about to provide folks, they desperately need in a very, very interesting and uncertain place. There's some very practical things that we've accomplished over the 14 years of the mission. We've built houses, I think 112 total to be exact, and again about 10 a year. We've built a community center, we've built a school, we've built a church, there's an English tutor, we have medical care, we have dental care for the people in the community. And as the Dominican suffers the strife of COVID, applications for folks coming to the mission will grow and grow and grow. So you can imagine, again, the need here is acute. And the other thing I would encourage you to think through is, as things are difficult here, and I know that they are, these are trying times for all of us, but the gift that you'll receive by sharing your gifts with the others, folks that you don't know, will fill your heart with joy. It'll help drive you, it'll help get you focused on the things that really matter, and it won't leave you anytime soon. So I'm really excited again for a terrific virtual night together. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. One of the things I would ask you to do is, if you have any, once you go to the mission, if in fact you're not more thankful than you ever would have imagined, you can email me at will@safe&fair and tell me. I'd love to hear your experience. So please visit the auction website, and the auction closes at 9:30. You can enter to win a $5,000 cash prize, and there'll be a bunch of other terrific things. We're actually gonna have a live performance from the Dominican this evening, which is quite remarkable. And so now I want to turn you over to some of the very best people I know in my life, the folks that actually make Mission Possible happen. and I'll look forward to seeing you all in a bit.
Hola amigos, me llamo Alison, and thank you for taking time out of your evening to be here to support this wonderful cause for our friends in the Dominican Republic. In 2016, English as a second language began, and we have over 300 students that attend classes weekly. Adults attend on the weekends, and there are 4 levels of English as a second language. Currently, due to COVID-19, Andreas, the English as a second language teacher, is still able to hold sessions via Zoom, Facebook, and WhatsApp. However, your donation would help secure Wi-Fi in the community, supplies, and help support Andreas and his salary. English as a second language is so integral to the community because it prepares adults to increase their language skills, to work at the resorts, and then also it helps prepare students, the younger children, to gain the necessary skills to be able to work in the tourism industry. So again, thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful event. Be well and God bless.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Betz. I'm from Guirguis, Dominican Republic. I'm 13 years old. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. My mother's name is Juana Vanessa. My father's name is Alexis Emmanuel. My favorite color is green, and my favorite food is fried kitchen and fried potatoes.
My name is Haley, and I'm a co-founder of the women's empowerment group Proposito. Proposito is a group that's run in our communities in the Dominican Republic that encourages the young women to better their futures through their faith and service to others. Each woman that has been accepted into our program has taken positive steps in their own life and to better the community. Donating to our program can directly contribute to scholarships, college scholarships for our girls, and you can do this by going to our website and submitting a bid.
Hi, I'm Diane.
And I'm Lori, and we've been doing the medical mission since 2009. Basically what we do is we take a mobile unit and we go to the poorest areas of Guirguis and we treat, assess, and give the patients medication. But since the COVID has started, we've had to do things a little bit differently, I guess. So we have a permanent clinic that we use year-round.
As Lori said, in 2011, Mission Possible did build this permanent clinic to provide care for our friends in the adjacent communities and in our community. But due to COVID, our friends need our help, and the clinic needs our help more than ever. We thank you for your support tonight and in the past, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And now I want to turn it over to Donna Mazzoni, for she is going to introduce to us our first Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Dr. Mike Guirguis.
In 2014, Mission Possible found an enthusiastic benefactor to spearhead a dental mission trip to the Dominican Republic. Dr. Mike Guirguis, a practicing dentist from Solon, Ohio, brought portable equipment and instruments to a makeshift dental clinic set up in one of our communities. 3 Mission Possible veterans accompanied him, but Dr. Mike was the only dentist in the group. Using cots as patient chairs, a headlamp, and portable equipment, Dr. Mike spent most of those long days extracting teeth that were beyond saving. In the sweltering heat and humidity, the people waited patiently for Dr. Mike's services. As for most, it was their only opportunity to receive dental care. In 2015 and 16, Mike, along with his team of assistants, including his wife Marrone, continued to provide services to the Dominican people. Still, as a solo dentist in this pursuit, he spent countless hours extracting and restoring teeth. By 2018, Mike had recruited a dental school friend and 2 hygienists to join the team. In just a few short years, Dr. Mike had turned the dental mission trip around to a more preventive focus. Far fewer extractions were needed that year, and nearly 100 restorations were placed. More cleanings were done, and every person who came through the door received fluoride treatment, home care instructions, toothbrushes, and toothpaste. By October of 2019, the dental mission trip grew to 13 members, including 5 dentists recruited by Dr. Mike. A dedicated space for a permanent dental clinic was established with donated dental chairs and a new generator. In the sweltering heat and humidity and endless crowds of people, the dental mission team treated more patients than ever before. None of this success would have happened were it not for the leadership, generosity, enthusiasm, and genuine Christian spirit of Dr. Mike Guirguis. We thank you for your vision and your dedication to the people of the Dominican Republic, and we look forward to the continued success of the dental mission. And so, Dr. Mike, it is a privilege to lift our ice-cold El Presidente beers and salute you virtually today.
Thank you, Donna, for those kind words. I am very, very appreciative of everything that you guys have done for me. I'm very, very blessed and very lucky to have had this opportunity. It's been one of the best things I've ever done in my career and one of the most gratifying and fulfilling. I couldn't have done it without everybody's help, Diane and Sarah and Kathy, Donna, my wife Maureen, Angie, and everybody that has helped in this process. It's amazing to see how this has grown from me just doing it for the first couple of years to this past year, having 5 doctors down there. And we're still growing. And God willing, we'll get to do this for many, many more years to come. So thank you for everybody's help and everybody's support, helping me buy the equipment and the supplies and getting everything down there. Thank you so much, and I'm very, very honored for this award.
Congratulations to Dr. Guirguis again for all the work, and thanks for all the work that you do for the folks in our village. Folks in the Dominican don't have access to even the most basic dental care, and so by you sharing your time and your talent, you're providing stuff for people that they literally have no way to access in their lives. So speaking of that, the auction is actually bigger than baseball. While baseball is great, and by the way, I am still a diehard Indians fan, not a Cubs fan. We are also auctioning off the ability to buy things like a window and a door and things that will help build houses down there, which are the things that really, really matter. Because there's a lot of cost, right? And so these people don't have any money. So we fund our entire project ourselves, and then we go down there and we do the work together. And so bidding on those things is critically important because it allows us to provide those resources to people. And when you're there, you'll see it goes directly back into the house. So I want to tell you a little story about what a 10 means. So my son Chad and I were in Nobu in Malibu a few years back, and I was taking him the next morning to meet Wayne Gretzky, who's a friend of mine. And Chad was pretty excited to do that, and then this was on a Friday, and then that Sunday we were leaving for the mission, so we were talking a lot about what we were doing on the mission, and how excited we were to see Todd and Sarah and Kathy and go stay in this not terrific hotel and do a lot of manual labor, which neither of us are very good at. And so I said to Chad, hey, well, what are you tonight on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you? And he's like, I'm a 7. And I'm like, a 7? And he said, yeah, look, and we are at one of the best restaurants in the country, and we're literally going to meet the great one the next day. And he said, look, I'm super excited about all of this, but I can't wait to get to the mission. And what I can tell you about that is my son Chad is a 10, night after night after night. And one of the very interesting things about that is, and it really struck me and it stayed with me, is that, if I were to say to you, what is it that you would need to be a 10? If you were going to go on the perfect trip, and what you might say is, well, I would want to go to this place, it's my favorite spot. I would want to have this kind of food, it's my favorite food. And I would want to be with these people because they're the ones I know. And I would want to relax and do the things I like to do. So none of that happens at the mission. And what you find is that you're in a place, as I mentioned earlier, that's probably the most unsafe place you've been. You're having food that's not the best. And you're doing work that's unfamiliar and, by the way, very, very difficult under any circumstance. And so what happens there is by the second night, when people get acclimated, their numbers start to rise pretty precipitously. And then by the third and fourth night, every person is a 10. Almost every person is a 10. And by the time you leave, the evening before you leave the mission, and trust me when I tell you, people are 10s and they are sad because they actually don't want to go. And what you find when you're there is that you're in a very unfamiliar place. You're eating food that you wouldn't think you would want, and you're doing work that you don't know how to do. And so why is it that you're a 10? And there, I've thought about this and I've prayed about this. And what occurred to me is that when you follow the path of the Lord, as Father Bob said, you will find remarkable people you've never met before. You will have all that you need. You won't be hungry. You won't be tired. You'll be able to move and do the things you need to do. And you will literally find miracles day in and day out in the things that you do. And the things that you do on that trip are things that'll stay with you. I've been to a lot of games and I've been to a lot of places and I've had a lot of great fortune to have some nice experiences. But I've never been a 10 the way I've been a 10 on a mission. And so I remember vividly my son standing on the beach in Malibu saying to me, I can't wait to get to the mission. So I encourage you to donate, buy the things that we need to buy to build the houses that we need to build. And I'm going to turn this over now to Kathy Krieger, who is a very dear friend of mine that we used to work together at Pepsi. And the way Kathy and I came together with Father Bob and the way Sarah came is, and I'll never forget this, we were putting, I think it was the second year of the fest, and Pepsi was going to be we were going to provide the soft drinks. And so we needed to take one of those old Pepsi trailers. And this was back when the fest was like 3,000 or 4,000 people, now 40,000 people. And Kathy, I said, hey, can you kind of help me out? And for those of you who know that Kathy, she's as good is. And she's like, sure, of course. Can I bring my daughter, Sarah, who I think was 10 at the time? And here's this beautiful little girl and her mom and Bob, her husband, and a number of other folks, Amy Rogers and a couple other folks from Pepsi, a guy named Terry Ursum, all just came. And they began to deal with soda on a really hot, difficult day. And Sarah and Kathy have been incredible friends to me in my life and wonderful, wonderful people. And those are the people that Chad and I actually couldn't wait to get down and see that evening in Malibu. So Kathy, I'll turn it over to you. And I can't wait to hear what you've got to say as well.
Thank you, Will, and thanks for hosting our event this evening. I've been involved with the mission for several years now. It's been an enriching, amazing, and joyful experience for me. Attending several mission trips myself has given me the chance to see firsthand all the great work that we've accomplished over the years. The folks that live in our community are so very joyful. They are joyful every day, even though they don't have many material things and even food at this time, especially since the pandemic has hit. Over the years, we've been able to provide housing, medical care, dental care, vocational training, and teaching English as a second language. It's through your generosity that we've been able to accomplish this, and we plan to continue this terrific work. You can help us tonight by purchasing a raffle ticket for the $5,000 cash raffle, bidding on our silent auction items, or bidding on our bigger than baseball needs on the Ready Set auction link. Thank you to our incredible mission board, our missionaries, and especially to each of you for making the mission possible. Even though our gala is virtual tonight, I can promise you that we will be together again in the corner bar at Progressive Field, enjoying an evening of fabulous food, fun, and entertainment to support our mission. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Antonius, and I'm here to share my personal experience in the Dominican in 2019. While I was there, I created a lasting friendship with a little boy named Alan. We created a unique handshake because down there they do not have as many toys as the typical American child does. In my opinion, the kids down there have a more genuine happiness compared to the children in America.
Hola!
I'm Diane.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Lori.
And we are the Three Amigas.
I've been on the mission trip since 2008.
My first trip was in 2016.
And this would have been my 5th trip. I'm a nurse.
I have been a sewing instructor and a painter.
And I've been a roofer, a painter, and a construction worker.
Would you please consider supporting our mission? Our gala raffle tickets are $20 a piece or 6 for $100. The grand prize is $5,000.
My name is Maria Antonius, and I've been a part of Mission Possible for the past 5 years. On my first mission trip in 2016, I was shocked to learn that children chase after water trucks that play music in the same way American children chase after the ice cream truck. It's crazy to me how much more difficult it is for them to get basic necessities such as water. This is why it is so important, especially during this crucial time where many of them are out of jobs, that we help to provide them with these resources.
Hello everyone, Sarah Krieger here. I am lucky enough to serve on the board of Mission Possible as the director of Mission Life, which means that normally during this time I would be leading a team of missionaries to the Dominican so that they can serve those in our communities and in the surrounding communities in the Dominican Republic. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are unable to hold our June mission trips this year, but we are so hopeful that because of your goodness these past few months and because of your goodness during this virtual gala, that we will be able to continue the good work that we are doing in the Dominican. It is my honor to introduce Father Bob Steck, and I can't thank you enough for being part of this gala.
Hi, this is Father Bob from Mission Possible. Thank you so much for joining us for our virtual gala. What we're about tonight is just so very, very important, and I want to tell you a quick story. 14 years ago, God literally placed on our hearts the responsibility, the opportunity to go do great work to take care of some of the poorest of the poor in the world through Mission Possible in the Dominican Republic. And I remember vividly standing there. Here's actually a picture from our very first trip. We were building our first community center. And at the end, we concluded with a beautiful mass. And it was rugged, the altar was cinder block, and I was tired, we were all tired. But I remember at the end of the week of working, I literally watched a family during Mass get water for the very first time from the water wall that we had also built. And I said to myself in an overwhelming, humbling way, what a blessing that God should choose us to help bring help, hope, and water. Something so ordinary like water to our sisters and brothers in the mission, to our sisters and brothers in need. On that very first trip, I picked up this beautiful cross. It's actually shockingly simple. But it reminds me of why you and I need to work together to build a better world through Mission Possible. It's really simple. If all of us work together, give, share, help, the way the Lord teaches us, then you and I together can build a better world. Look at this cover. Somebody made this book for me. Look at the middle image. All of us working together to build that better world for all of our sisters and brothers. We've often said that you make the mission possible. And it's the truth. That your support, your goodness, your involvement allow us to give water, to build a community center, to build homes, to give education, to give English lessons, and to support hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of our brothers and sisters in the mission in the Dominican Republic. So tonight I am asking you to help us continue to give water. So the first water was a well on a water wall. We've come a little ways over the years. But very practically, 2 weeks ago, we replaced the pump to give water in our second community. No big thing, costs a couple $1,000s. You know that's how expensive those things are. Again, you, we, us together gave water. Something so obvious for us. And last week, we gave food, rice and beans and oil. And especially this year, more than ever, I say, if things are hard here, they're much harder there. We really need your help and support so that we can give water, and food and all the basic essentials to those we care for. Why should we do it? It's really simple. That when we give, help, share in the way of the Lord, God will bless every offering and sacrifice. I pray for our mission community every day. I pray for you, and I'm so grateful and beg your support this year so we can give water, the essentials, and God willing, eventually get back to building houses, homes, and a better world for all God's people. Have a great night.
Father Bob, thank you. And thank you again for the privilege to be able to speak to you on behalf of my family here in Chicago, and for continuing to welcome me and my family to join all of you on the mission, which you will see us again. I want to remind you that if you like us on Facebook or comment on YouTube, you'll be entered to win Cleveland Indians club seats for the 21 season and a year's supply of terrific, safe, and fair food. So in closing, I wanted to show you a couple pictures. I've taken a bunch of them while I was there, and there's two that are, oddly enough, are Courtney's favorite and actually particularly relevant to tonight. The first one, hun, that's Chad and I and Lorenzo, and you'll see I'm wearing this cross in this picture, and this is actually one of Ever's favorite toys. And when I hold her, she's always kind of grabbing that, and it gives me a chance to talk about the mission to her. And I know she's young, but you'd be amazed how much I've told her about this trip. And then the second picture is my daughter Katie, about ready to do a reading at the Bishop's Chapel. Okay, thanks, sweetheart. Okay. And the song that was actually playing then is the song that you're going to be hearing now live from the Dominican, Matt Maher's Hold Us Together. It was one of the... it was a remarkable moment to watch my daughter, Katie, read and hear this beautiful song leading up to that. It's actually something that Chad and Katie and I occasionally will send to each other over the years. And so one of the things the mission certainly does is it holds us together in good times and in bad, and in chaos and in not. And as I shared with you that evening on March 12th, when I was wondering what I should do, what held me together was hold our company together. What'll hold your family together are the gifts that you'll receive by sharing the gifts that you have with people that desperately need them. So I can't thank you enough for what you're doing tonight on behalf of all the folks in the Dominican, Father Bob, Sarah, Kathy, and I can't wait to introduce you to my newest little girl and my wife and our stepsons when we see you down there together. Be well and be safe.
Hello, Sarah, and hello, people over there from Mission Possible. Alicia, Eusebio, her husband, and the entire family have decided to get together in this beautiful afternoon to share a beautiful song, Hold Us Together. This is a song to give the people in the community some good time in this moment of difficult time. So we hope you like it. These people are very talented, and I hope you enjoy the song. Thank you very much for everything you have done for both communities. God bless you.
Fix the light. keeper, so the whole world will know that we're not alone. This is the first day of the rest of your life. This is the first day of the rest of your life. 'Cause even in the dark, you can still see the light. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. This is the first day of the rest of your life. This is the first day of the rest of your life. 'Cause even in the dark, you can still see the light. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Hello, we're all us together. Make us together. Weather the storm. And I be my brother's keeper, so the whole world will